Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with match number 2 in the PPTQ, Perimeter PTQ on the Magic Online. For Modern, we are playing Soul Sisters. Yes, we'd like to play first. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hand. We'll go ahead and keep it. We do need like a finisher in here, but we have 2 Soul Wardens as well as a... Yeah, we'll lead off with a Flagstone here. Because I don't want to draw any more lands, so you'll see next turn what's so cool about the Soul, or the Flagstones. So let's see. We will cast Soul Warden and then pass the turn, and hopefully we're playing against Burn, because this is such a beautiful hand versus Burn. He's got to bolt it right off the bat. Now, Burn is what I prepared for. I was hoping to see a ton of Burn. I don't want to see Amulet of Bloom. I don't want to see Tron. I don't want to see Merfolk. Other than Merfolk is winnable. Amulet of Bloom is like 15%, possibly, and the way I've got it built, even worse. I'm loving that Wooded Foothills because, okay, Temple Garden. I was going to say because it's usually something... Oh, it's Little Junk! I mean, it's Little Zoo. This is going to be the easiest matchup in the entire world. This is going to be very, very good. This is easier than Burn. So I think I heights here. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hand. We'll put the Honor the Pure underneath. And we'll play another one. Gain us another life. And get in here for 1. So this is called Little Kid Zoo is what this deck is what they like to call it. There's Big Zoo and Little Zoo, and so far Step Links looks like Little Zoo. And with the Path to Exile, like his only hope is to put a Teamer Battle Rage on a Gorklan Rampager is basically how he's got to win this game. And with the Path to Exile, that's probably going to make that not happen. And they never want it, like, Little Kid Zoo is one of those decks that exploits people fetching and shocking and starting their life total at 17. Or like we saw last game when they go fetch, shock, Thoughtseize, and start their life total at 15. Then Little Kid Zoo is very good at getting in for 15 damage quickly. Probe. So, wait, what uses the Probe? Oh, he's using Swift Spear, so Probe is good for Swift Spear, I guess. I think. So maybe this is a Geist deck. Next turn, I 100% him into Spectral Processions. So tap a Windburst Heights, tap a Flagstone, play. All right, this is actually going to be Death Shadow. So maybe Spectral Processions does not come out next turn, because he can do quite a bit of damage with Death Shadow. So what they try to do is they try to hurt themselves as much as possible. So I can go down to a 20, that's fine. He could go ahead and fetch it. Yeah, he's going to fetch a land, but this only gets +2/+2, so I still go down to a 19. And he decides just to put it into play tap, so that's very good shape for me. And there's the Wild and the Coddle. There's an Archangel of Thune. Can he give it Trample's the problem? I do gain some obscene amount of life here. So I do think I go for the Spectral Procession. Because this, unfortunately, puts the land into play tapped. So we'll keep this untapped Flagstone. And throw out the Spectral Procession, which puts us back up to a 26. And then we'll pass the turn to our opponent. So he is down to a 9. He's going to probe down to a 7. He's going to see an Archangel Thune in the Path to Exile. He needs to get up a creature with, again, Temur Battle Rage and Death Shadow. But if he does one more damage to himself, then we just lethal with the spirits. And so I might actually block with both. I don't know. Can he do 26 damage is the thing. And he scoops. Okay, so we're going to bring in the other Path to Exile, and I'm actually going to bring in the Celestial Flares. I think Celestial Flares is good versus a deck that's just going to try and go all out with one card. Now, the card that, another good card, Auric Champion can come in. Again, we just have to stabilize versus him. We don't need to do anything tricky. I'm thinking Monastery Mentor is in the, or Monastery Swiftspear is in the deck, so Core Firewalker wouldn't be too shabby, but it doesn't really block enough things. Martyr of the Sands is actually good here. Archangel Thune is pretty decent here. So it's going to be cards like, I don't even know if I need Honor the Pure. I'm going to cut down a couple Honor the Pure because I just need to get bodies out to block. Wrath of God is actually interesting, but I don't think we need it, and I don't need Return of the Ranks either. Mana Tithe is unnecessary. It can counter a Taxing Probe, I guess, but it can counter a Death Shadow as well that he's planning on sticking. But I'm thinking that now it's just going to be some of the higher end stuff that, again, a Ghost Quarter can come out, and I think just the Spectral Processions can come out here. And this should leave us with plenty good options. Again, a lot of these cards even coming in aren't that bad versus his deck. The deck tries to establish a very, very fast Death Shadow and then just get in there with a Temur Battle Rage on a Death Shadow. So, I mean, I want a Path to Exile, but this is a Soul Attendant into a Pridemate. This is exactly what I want. I'm going to keep it and hope that I don't get overrun. We actually have Soul Attendant and a Pridemate, and then hopefully draw into a land into another Soul Attendant Pridemate. But he's starting off good with the Taxing Probes. No Path to Exile, so he knows he can go for it. Yes, I'd love to draw into one land and then just a bunch of, I want a path. He'll probe again. This is the deck you want to be playing Burn against. Because he's down to a 14, he's going to shock himself. It takes like 2 lightning bolts to kill him. So all of these are also in here for Become Immense. Because they can do a turn 2 kill with Death Shadow. And if he has Death Shadow, this is very, very much an issue. He does have a Death Shadow. It's a 1/1 at the moment. He can become immense and really, really threaten here. We'll throw out a Soul Warden. Maybe I just need to block. Depends on if he has a green source or not. I know he's got the red source for the Become Immense. Or for the Temur Battle Rage. Yep, and now it's a 3/3. Yeah, I really need to keep a Path to Exile hand. If this goes and gets a I don't think he can kill me here, so I think I let it go through. And maybe he can. Maybe he shocks himself. And then I still don't think he can quite kill me. No, down to a 14, so now I'll have blockers. Another Death Shadow, though. That's very rough. And another, wow, the triple Death Shadow hand. Celestial Flare can actually make him sack one of them. If I Primate, I can block one and then proceed to die. This is very, very iffy. This is going to be very tough for me to deal with. Yeah, triple Death Shadow is going to be the draw that actually gets him. So let's make him sack one of them. And we'll block another. And again, hope that he can't do 16 damage in one turn. There's a mutagenic growth. And then Become Immense will do it if he's got another way to deal damage to himself. And the Teamer Battle Rage. Okay, so that does it. We're going to be a little bit better on the draw. Maybe I do need these Wrath of Gods. Or just Mana Tithe. I do like Mana Tithe here. Again, I just think that the Spectral Processions are just going to be too slow or the Secure the Waste. Sundering Growth doesn't do much. It's impressive that deck can actually go through basically everything. Maybe Martyr's not even that great. Maybe Wrath of God is just better than nothing. I'm going to bring in the Wrath of God. Take out one more Secure the Waste. And I guess we just submit this. Yes, I like to play first. I don't think I can keep this. I don't know if it'll be fast enough. Oh, man. No Path to Exile. I am going to keep it. I don't know if this ends up being the wrong play. And he snap keeps it, though. Will Sarah's Ascendant. And I don't think Sarah was the right play, though. I just wanted to get some sort of aggression out. Yeah, I should have molded this hand. I might end up losing to Death Shadow, which is a very... They cycle through their deck so much, too. Yeah, I probably should have actually Soul Warden there. Because at least I would have gained a life off of it. I need to draw into Path or a Celestial Flare. And avoid a triple Death Shadow draw. A Wild and the Coddle would be problematic. Yeah, that's actually a bit of an issue of a card. Did not want to see that Windbrisk Heights. That was the worst draw. Hopefully we see something amazing underneath this Windbrisk Heights. I think Spectral Procession's the better. That's not amazing, though. And we'll Soul Warden. So let's just not draw a land next turn. He's going to get a Blood Crypt, yeah, and shock himself, go to a 13. And thought, oh no, that was the worst thing ever. That was a nail in the coffin. He gets to see my bad hand. I surprised he brought in Thoughtseize. But I just take 3 here. I'm okay actually switching damage, and that does get him closer to his Death Shadow. And he had no than the Coddle. So he's just going to go like the beatdown draw. Celestial Flare will be good. Guess we might as well use it now. Makes him sack in a Coddle. And we get in there for 1. But not a lifelink damage. Yeah, I really wish I had a mulligan because I think any other hand would have been great versus this deck. Or versus his hand. He doesn't have a Death Shadow so far. But he might be mana flooded. It's Teamer Battle Rage and Become Immense we have to worry about. I'd love to top deck into another Ranger. Gives me a blocker. Makes him burn a spell. He's trying to see if he can get up to lethal here. See, not going on the offensive is just as bad as holding back because of his ability to... So he has a bolt for the Soul Warden, which I actually think is the worst card to take out. Because if I draw into a Spectral Procession, that gains me 3 life. It's just a Sarah's Ascendant, unfortunately. Which isn't a card I wanted to see. He's down to a 4, so if I draw into an Honor the Pure, I could just kill him on the backswing. I have to do some math here. Now, Street Wraith Gataxian Probes are bad at this point. Thoughtseize is bad. So if he Become Immenses, that gets him up to an 8. I think I have to block. And just hold on for dear life. The thing is, I've sided out a lot of the good cards that I wanted to draw. At this point, the higher mana casting cost ones. I guess you can start hard casting Street Wraiths. Like, even his 0-1s are pretty bad at this point, too, though. And he's got the other bolt for my Ascendant, so that's bad. We get another one. Which I do think I have to continue to keep blocking. I'm not sure how the best route to go is. No, because he can't become immense and kill me here. He can mutagenic growth, become immense. But that's still enough anyway. Just 3. He's got plenty of cards. Oh yeah, he did get a little bit land flooded, but he's going to be able to start casting Street Race, which have Swamp Walk, I guess, isn't that relevant. So I need to draw something. Ranger, Archangel Thune. And it's another Lightning Bolt. That one will be nice. That's actually a very good card. I'll block 1. And just hope he doesn't have enough to kill me again. So Spectral Processions can come in here. I can get him down to a 1. Alright, so yeah, he just doesn't have the best hand ever. Unless it is like a Pyroclasm. There's the Death Shadow. I did not want to see a Windburst Heights. At this point, I guess a Path is better. But since the Windburst Heights does come to play tap, so I need to attack him with everything. Too bad it's not on the pure underneath. And this will make it so he can't Gataxian Probe. And then Gut Shots become kind of weird. He's got to just pay for them. And then Become Immenses still become weird. We'll cast the Spectral Procession. Puts me 3 flyers. And we just have to block. And hope he just whiffs. There's a lot of dead cards in his deck. Death Shadows are dead at this point. And he attacked in pretty quickly. I'm going to block, and just hope he doesn't have a Temur Battle Rage. And he does not. And that's game. Woo! Sigh of relief. Sigh of relief, sigh of relief. He doesn't have anything. Wrath of God coming up would have been nice next turn. I don't know if I would have cast it, though, as it doesn't really do much. We needed that a turn earlier. Well, a couple turns there. Then, well, we had a Wrath in the Path. Oh, my heart is racing. That is a scary deck. I don't really recommend it right now in the metagame because of Delver and Burn just completely punishing it. But man, oh man, is that one scary, scary deck. Anyway, we'll go on to round number 3. 2-0. Go off to a good start. This is Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.